Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, has advised northern politicians to postpone their presidential ambitions until 2031. Speaking at a government citizens engagement in Kaduna, Akume praised President Bola Tinubu's achievements since assuming office and urged leaders not to disrupt the progress being made under the current administration. Akume defended Tinubu's policies, including the removal of fuel subsidies, which he said boosted funding at subnational levels. He highlighted major developments in security, infrastructure, agriculture, and diplomacy, asserting that the president's renewed hope agenda is actively transforming all regions, including the North, without bias. The SGF debunked claims that the North is being marginalized, pointed to key federal appointments and infrastructure projects like the Sokoto-Badagry Superhighway. He called on patriotic leaders to rally behind Tinubu, warning that premature political ambition in 2027 could derail ongoing development efforts. Gizzy, what is your take on this story?
I just want to take the northern thing. You know, I have said that we are more ethnic than we think we are. People have had to think that, you know, you see, if you look at 90% of Nigerian politicians, you know that deep down in them, they love zoning and rotation. Just forget it. You know, if you don't bring Wike fella with the PDP because he said they didn't maintain zoning, you know, and people supported that, and you saw that even some northern elites were openly canvassing for the certain persons to come for as governor, and that's what actually removed Jonathan. It's not much of whether he achieved or not, it's just that balancing. And so I was saying, I don't know why we are shy to now present it as a law. You know, I don't know why we are shy of that, because I don't know where we have found that definition of democracy. Or rather saying that democracy must, it's like I tell them that every system must be defined in the language and the dialects of its citizenry. Until you do that, you are not defining the system. Democracy, you know, in an envelope definition is government of the majority. And so, of course, what if government of the majority, if we so decide that our government will be run on confederation, we will do. If we so decide that our government should be rotational, you know, that they should rotate this team, it will douse the nation. And we are so blessed in this country that we have human resources everywhere. In fact, even if you zone this presidency to a local government, you'll be shocked that we have people, you know, as much as I don't want us to reduce it to that level, I'm just using that, but that let us now come out openly to say that this is where, by that, PDP wouldn't have had these issues they have. Because the thing is that people are just saying, they just throw money and they know they will catch it, whether you like it or not, because people are hungry. That's just it. You know, if you bring 4,000 delegates or 3,000 delegates to a national convention, and you see where they are throwing the delegates $5,000 and $10,000, of course, those delegates are there. These are delegates who, prior to the time they went to that place, may not have food in their house, and so they come and vote anybody they vote. That, no wonder you see that in the U.S. own, after the delegate election, there's something they call the electoral college. These are the party people that will sit down and say, wait to let's see whether these guys they do can win election or not. It is the college now that you see. At that point, these are persons that even if you can lobby them, you need to lobby them with a higher money, because they are stakeholders of the party, where the party will come and say, no, let's take a decision. You see that their delegate election is 40% and that college election is 60%, because they know that they can sit down and say, let's not take a decision here. So in Nigeria, we haven't gotten to that. That's why we need to define this democracy in our own language and dialect, so that we speak our dialect. Let us speak our sentiment. When it becomes the spice of the system, when you begin to speak our dialect, when we begin to recognize that we have ethnic nationalities, that we have religious bodies, we have all of that, we will begin to recognize all of that. No wonder you see, now we are not saying, you can see Nigeria still at this 21st century, still saying, oh no, Muslim ticket, not even the north and south. Now imagine, but there is nothing that bars somebody from by the law, bars somebody from choosing. I'm talking about another person choosing another person as vice president. Nothing. But you know that if you do it,
but then you have to consider the ethno-religious sentiments.
That's what I'm saying. So all of us have considered it.
And then it's hidden under federal character as well.
It is hidden. So let us come out openly. You know, that's what I've been advocating for it. Let us come out openly and say, as stated, you know what that will happen. You will state it in such that you will say, okay, for assuming God forbid, okay, let me even use the word resign. Assuming even the president resigns, the vice president will not take over. The vice president can be there for 3 months and organize an election that will be the same way the senior president would have done in the event that the vice president and the president leaves. Is that correct? So the vice president can be there. You know what will happen? There will be trust on the vice president, because every vice president of this country is a suspect by the principal. Because the principal says, should anything just happen, the vice president will take over. So that vice president will be trusted the more, because he will never take over. And he will begin to protect his boss, because he does not want a new boss to come and... Do you understand that kind of thing? So there will be balance, because that's our character, where we come to governance, we come to anywhere we are with our biases, our information, our history, our environment. So, but we are not shy to put it in our constitution. I don't know why we can't do that. So what he is actually calling is an enough. Please allow these persons to complete their decision. You see, no wonder some of us are saying that it will be difficult for this coalition, except that they zero it on somebody. Obi can write, somebody said that, and I read that, and I have said that before. Obi can write all the agreements, sign with his blood, that he's going to do 4 years. I'm telling Obi that that's a lie. If not from him, from our own ethnic, from the Igbos, from here, they say no now, Haba, let's complete it now. You complete it. If not from him, because that was the thing that happened to Jonathan. Jonathan had gone to Taraba and announced in 2011 that, look, vote me after this one, 2015, it will be the turn of the North. But when he came, people like the late Claraki, I don't know whether his soul is resting in peace or not, but the late Aki or something, came and said, no.
Is it G.U. Aki?
No, not G.U. Aki.
Edwin
Clark, sorry. I said Aki. Oh, God. Aki is my mentor. So, Edwin Clark, I don't know whether his soul is resting in peace or not. I don't know. I'm not God. So, he's the one who will judge for himself. I won't even wish him that. So, but the late Edwin Clark came and said, no, it's our turn. It's our turn. Let us just continue. We will win. And just after Jonathan lost, a month after Jonathan lost, he was already conversing with President Buhari. Already. So those are the people that deceive us. So nobody will be trusted by the other region. Now, if you also look at the North, now look at the two people that will not trust the Northern candidate, assuming Atiku. The two people, the South will not trust Atiku, and Atiku will not even trust himself for coming for his first only one term. There are Northern younger elements in the North that want to take over power in 2031. They will not work for him. Do you see that?
Because he will want to go extra.
No, but I told you that
changing them at the end of the day.
I said if you ask Atiku, he will not trust himself. Staying one. If I think there's anything that I may begin to look at Atiku is wanting to do third term. So don't talk about even second term. So you see that that's the only person that has a constitutional bridge. If not for the constitutional bridge, is Jonathan. That's the only person that has the constitutional bridge that, oh no, Jonathan must not go. So it is either you bring up a Southerner like Jonathan who will win Tinubu or who will fight Tinubu, or you leave it for Tinubu to continue. After all, we left Buhari. In fact, I told them that Buhari at the time put his hand on the button of the development and just press pause for 8 years. So we are allowed it. Let the 8 years finish now.
All right.